So I don't remember what we were doing last time.
There was a paper expanding in another room, so I ran
Right.
away and got attacked
Yeah.
by a scarab, and then we were gonna roll initiative.
Yeah. In
Right.
this room to the right, there's like a small hallway with a table, and it had a folded piece of paper on it, and then
Oh, that's
directly
the piece of paper stuff.
leading into
Yeah.
that was some shifting runes. But that paper got unfolded, and it just never stopped, and it's just full of what Vacarinth interpreted to be a love letter to the Medusa, and it just is still expanding. It's now I don't really want to draw on the map anymore, but it's now like flowing into this room.
Yeah.
Um,
We can still like move around in the central room.
well, we're about to roll initiative for combat,
Yeah.
so you'll be moving on your turn from this point on.
Yeah.
Not particularly challenging combat, but should be fine. So make sure you select your token by clicking on it, and then in your character sheet you can click roll initiative, and that will automatically put you on the list. Yeah, what are you missed your
I did. So I need
token.
to click on my token
Come on.
and then click on my character sheet.
And yeah,
Well-
and then click on the initiative.
Why do you guys all gotta do me like that?
And I'll edit yours to match your first roll.
Oh yeah, I got a nat 20. Yeah, I have really bad initiative. I should get that.
You have 8 decks or 9 decks or something?
Yeah,
he's got 8.
I have 8.
Alright, we did set points. That's right. Or set scores, rather.
Yes.
Wow, that's a good roll.
Okay, well, it looks like Clover's not going to be joining us. So yeah, Leaf kind of stumbling away from the ever-folding paper into the next room gets jumped upon by this scarab, which he did not realize was hiding up on the ceiling. So it's going to get...
Real quick, I would like to say that I have alert, so I'm immune to the
Oh.
and stuff like that.
Sweet, what does it look
Okay.
to?
That's a feat.
Yes, it is. I'm very proud to use it right now.
It's initiative bonus and can't be surprised while he's conscious.
Fantastic. I had forgotten. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so it will not get a surprise round. So, Athos, you hear, I imagine, quite a surprise shout coming from Leaf in the room next over. And
Probably.
a large mass, like, kind of cracks as it hits the floor.
Alright. I guess I'm just...
I will say, I guess I do have to draw something here. We'll pick black, or gray would be good.
Oh, we can't really go through the center there because...
I'll say, like, this area right now is difficult terrain.
Because of the
okay.
paper. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll take extra movement if you try to cross through there, but I think you'll probably be fine for this round. But as the
Alright.
combat goes on, it's going to keep expanding.
And the stone head's in the center of the room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. I'm leery of going into that corner there. But at the same time, I kind of need to be able to see something to do something to it. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna move. If I moved there, would I have line of sight?
I'll say sure.
But with the
With like half cover, I think.
yeah, that's fine. I'll just go there and I don't have my markup. I don't think I have any other useful bonus actions though, so I am just gonna shoot him twice.
QQ.
Pew pew.
Twang twang. And they're definitely very accurate shots. You would imagine you have a hard time trying to bust through this thing's carapace, but you get the right angle so it doesn't bounce off sideways, and you get 2 good strikes into this thing.
See, I'm used to aiming downwards because goblins. Wait, no, that's still level. I'm used to not aiming upwards. And that's in my turn.
+8. Wow.
Okie doke. Ovek.
So does this just look like a giant scarab?
It is pretty much a giant scarab. If you get close to it, you might realize it's got weirdly white paper just kind of stuffed in the cracks or coming out of it.
Got it. Like one. What's my move speed again? 25. Okay.
Yeah, you've got enough movement to get anywhere you want.
Yeah. I guess I'll move here. And I get to actually smack it with my warhammer. It's exciting. Just to make sure there are no spells I want to use this there. Should. Yeah, no. Alright, let's smack it. Let's not smack it, I guess.
Yeah, you.
There's a 7 hit?
It thunks, and like a hollow thud just echoes through the room.
Right.
I don't think you've got any other options right now.
Nope.
So.
I'm just going to hold.
Okay, so I noticed on my page that my sneak attack is no longer a thing that I can click on. So how do I change it?
Yeah, that's. Do you know what it's supposed to be right now? How many?
I want to say it's 2D something. It's been a minute since I looked it up, so.
Yeah, I think the character sheet that I was using updated to a newer version, so it might be. It looks like 3d6.
I think fourth level is 2d6, according to your handbook.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay, that's just a title. That's not actually.
Yeah, it looks like it's level over 2 rounded up.
Does this work? Try it. Let's see if it works.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Oh
do
yeah, it
that.
is supposed to be 2d6. Oh.
Yeah, I'll wait for you there.
I don't think it'll work, but we'll try it.
Okay, so it's check marked, and then I'll just swing with my short sword or whatever.
Yes.
Syntax error expected.
Okay.
And that's some bullshit.
I'm gonna go with no, it's not working.
Let's
Just
see.
just roll a d20 and just do it by hand.
Yeah, we can, but hopefully this
Yeah, we can do this later.
show global attack damage modifier field check. I feel like it's missing a slot for the actual damage.
I've just made up one of the global attack modifiers what you're using, right?
Well, damage modifier, but yes.
Alright. I made one up. I'll just roll something and see if that works on my end, or if we just need to work on.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it's just the damage down there. No, wait, no, that's the attack. I'm silly.
Okay, I think this one will work. Try one more time.
Hey!
There
Oh!
we go.
Wow.
Okay, and you crit.
Great.
Alright, so now I know how that works. Okay, so yeah, this thing, like, jumps on you, but you were ready for it, being expertly alert, and you get a real good cutoff, and, like, several of its hind legs are now off, but its, spooky pinchers and all that are still ready to go.
Spooky.
Okay. Well, one sec.
Yeah, that damage doesn't seem...
Is that damage not correct?
Oh no, that's right. So the bottom damage is the weapon plus the crit. The top damage is the sneak attack plus the crit sneak attack.
Okay.
How do crits work in 5th edition?
You don't have to confirm or anything, you just get to roll the dice again. If you have a modifier to damage, like you would on most of your weapon attacks, you don't add that. You don't double that. You just double the dice.
You just double up the dice, okay.
This thing is nearly dead, but it sees that it's trapped in a corner, is just going to try to fight for it. We'll say we'll
Who's
go
it
after
attacking?
Ovak.
Okay.
So its first swing, it tries to just grab you with its pincers, which kind of cut into you a little bit. It's
Huh.
an 18 to hit.
That's weird, I can't see your roll.
Yeah, I set it to GM roll.
Okay. I am an 18 AC, so I think that hits.
Okay, so it just barely gets you, and it
Yep.
grabs you, and then its second attack has okay, so the first attack should do 11 damage.
Wow. Okay. Oh, no. Sorry. So 40, so then 11. Let's see. It's going to put me at 29. Okay. Next hit.
And next hit is when it tries to crush you with its powerful jaws, and that's the 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that does 14 damage. Okay, yeah, we can definitely go back to that leaf.
Cool. Thank you. Disengage is where I can run away without a whatever
Opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Oof. Oofa-loofa. And I'm still grabbed.
You're grappled, so
Mhm.
it's not as big of a deal as you might think, but
Okay.
since it's probably not getting another turn, it really just means you can't move for now, but
Yeah.
it's not really getting another
I'm
turn.
not saying I can do some kind of saving throw.
I don't know which line the wall is on. This one?
Yeah, just roll with it. So, if you
Okay.
want to run around
I
the
want to be
corner.
as far away from the paper as I can while also not being in the room with the thing that could kill me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in
it.
the corner. I already took that. Sorry.
But Gore,
Yeah, I saw that.
you have your turn now.
All right.
A little bit of help here.
I have 30 speed. Can I make it inside the room?
I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you can get close enough to do damage to it. I think you can get like here. Just the first spot inside the room.
All right, I want to go there. That's not the right button. Wait. There we go. And I want to go produce flame on the little bug.
You want to set it on
Fantastic.
fire? Oof.
Sorry?
Okay.
It definitely... You'd find a spot on it that is more flammable, some of the paper inside of it, and it starts screeching and screeching. And I'll say you do. Well, I'll give you double damage for that. So it actually like just rolls over on its back and is just now in a panic. It is pretty much dying at this point.
And it let go of me.
Power
Yes,
of nature,
definitely has
bitch.
released you.
Thank God.
When the initiative rolls over, we'll say just the paper expands just a little bit. And Athos, this thing is like no longer a combatant. So we can. I guess we could probably just drop initiative.
Okay.
So anything you guys want to do in this moment?
We should probably run away from this ever-expanding paper. And not
Yeah,
get
do we
suffocated.
Do we save the tiefling or just run?
We'll say like the paper is like billowing up and just covering the doorway, so you can't see her anymore for sure.
Oh no.
So at the very best, we're separated, and at worst, depending on how things go with her, maybe she's not around anymore.
Well, she doesn't seem like she's gonna be available.
Right, that's what it looked like, but maybe she'll change her mind.
Yeah. And
We
like
lost her once
if
again.
Balsail ends up coming back, I'm sure I can figure out a way to bring him back too. But
He
Anyway.
comes back, give him burger.
He's gonna be really happy that we let him behind to die.
He got stolen away through a wall with the changing thingy. Like there's
But
something
you
we
still
can
have
do.
time to toss a bag.
Yeah.
all right, this thing is kind of still giving beetly screeches on the ground as the paper on the outside is starting to crumble, and now it's starting to burn on the inside.
Which way do we run?
Through the room with the scarab. I can't go through the other way.
I meant that way or that way.
Yeah, you have left
Oh,
or
there
right.
is a door. I didn't see that one. Sorry.
And you guys never really peeked inside the right doorway, but I just kind of looked ahead for you guys.
Yeah. I have in my notes that there's a scare beetle there, but I think that's because I was having some labeling errors.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it shows on my.
Yeah.
Hey, add a character. Was just so we know for the labeling purposes, that scarab beetle. That was the random encounter that you rolled, right? And then said there's
No,
nothing.
that was just supposed to. Its home is in that room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think when you said room, I thought that was in the room to the right and not part of this map.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I did it
this room to the right is definitely a new room. I just drew it on this map so that we could all be on the same screen for combat.
Alright, I'm back.
All right. Then let's go right. Because according to the map you drew, that's going back towards the
We don't
area, right?
technically know where the going left leads. It could not connect or might connect to the Black Lion's room. I don't know.
Okay, but I don't want to wind up in the same room where the paper's coming to get me. Let's go to the right.
All right. I'm gonna make what efforts I can to stealth through this door here, but I'm being
And-
fairly quick about it, so it's probably not my best stealthing.
I'll join him on that. But also, I'm obviously freaked out about paper, so disadvantage or something.
Yeah. I was thinking I'm gonna roll stealth with disadvantage based on not really taking the time to do it properly.
I mean, that's not bad on either of us.
Wow, that's silly.
Very good.
Okay, I will.
While they're doing this, can I cure wounds myself?
Of course.
Okay.
And just because you are entering into a new section of the dungeon, this one would be called the Almery. Let me look and see if there's a distinct...
We made it! We made it!
No, okay. I'm trying to remember. Did he say he was in the armory, or that's where they are?
I think it's where they are. Let
No,
me see.
that is where his home is, and he does not know where his children are.
Oh, crap.
So it may come down that we have to tell him, hey, it's only been a day. We're just coming to say hi. See if they returned home.
Yeah, you do notice through this hallway changes kind of like the stone floor of the entrance hall into this section. The floor changes into interlocking boxwood over stone. The lanterns are far fewer in between than they were before. There's patches of darkness between them. Yeah.
Wait, but the moon guy actually said that the kids may be at the deepest of the Elmary.
If I said that, it would be a mistake.
Oh, alright.
No, in the notes, if you look at the quest and notes, that once we get the kids, he is in the
Yeah, he's in the deepest part of Zalmer.
Alright. I had it wrong.
the northeast part of the maze, which I guess, we should have remembered before we started going this way, but that's fine.
I didn't realize this is considered north. I thought this was just east.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, but when you look at where we started, it's actually pretty far north.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I guess-
I will have to transport you guys about 200 pages, so please hold.
Into the future!
I suppose you're just not supposed to do what I'm doing with this many pages in Roll20, but it is...
I'm sure there's a way to skip to whatever page, but it's locked behind premium.
that'd be interesting.
Now that you mentioned that wouldn't surprise me.
Almost done.
It's cool. I'm trimming up the quest and notes.
So I assume you prefer if we just didn't immediately head back where we went, where we came from?
No, if you want to do that, we can definitely do that.
Oh,
Don't hold
sorry.
yourself
We're
back
gonna go
for
back
my
now.
sake. Especially because...
I just realized we did not tell Bagheera and Ovek where we were going.
I mean,
They're
they
still
can...
with the Scarab,
they can
and
watch
they're
it.
like,
I
and we
assume they're
stealth
coming.
pretty good.
Well, we were talking out loud about which way to go, so presumably they heard that we were going right.
I mean,
I guess we'll see.
it's Bagheera and Ovek. Like, maybe they heard that.
Then again, we were like, the little bug was screaming, so...
Yeah, the bug's still there, screaming at our feet. Probably like stomping it out.
For the sake of ease, if they don't notice, I'll like throw a stone or something into the room and get their attention.
You can just yell at us.
We're still.
We're just,
yell stealthily.
Yeah. To throw your voice.
All right, so you come through the
Skeleton
hallway,
hidden.
and this room is pretty big. In the middle of it, there is a much bigger stone head. This one's far more detailed, more ornate, and it's sitting kind of in its own garden. This looks like it's been here a longer time, where the old one kind of just looks like it was stuck in the center of the room. This, just the way that the room is built around it, kind of just looks like it fills the room. Kind of the floor kind of leads up into it and everything. Looks very sturdy, and there are some words carved underneath it. There does not appear to be anyone in the room. Who would like to examine the carving words?
Who says we're gonna examine it? Maybe we just want.
You do not have to read it.
I'll check
There
it
is
out.
one other door to the south.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Roll
You can go
investigation.
read the explosive runes.
Clearly, if we have to read something, I'm the one.
I know everything.
Okay, just for, I guess, archival purposes, I'm just going to type this out.
The Elephant King.
I thought it was just a short inscription.
And that's the end.
And as I read it, no, we were just kind of trapped here, but thank you for telling us you're a good rock.
The rock does not respond.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what language is this in? Common?
Yeah, common.
Alright.
All right, so then I'll just go back and let them know what it says or whatever. Are we still stealthing? There's nothing else in this room, and it clearly knows we're here. I'm just gonna.
Okay. I think there's
I
something
will
called
ask
logic
Ovac to make a, I guess, an intelligence roll with proficiency. Do you have an intelligence with proficiency?
Intelligence with proficiency.
No, so just click on intelligence.
Just click on intelligence. Yeah.
And then we'll add +2 to it.
Is this like a woodcutter's
Oh,
or
wow.
like a
That's a
stonecutter's
sweet roll. So
Yeah, so
13.
13. You might think, because of the architecture here and the way everything comes together, that the maze was built around this stone head.
this is the center. We
It
found
was.
Oh, it was
at some
the
point.
center at some point.
But like the inscription says, it's been expanded.
So I look at everyone else and I point to that rock and I say, "This rock used to be the center of everything.
Oh,
That rock
unfortunately.
is a good rock."
Well,
what does this mean if it
that's-
used to be the center?
That's
Huh.
interesting. I'm not entirely sure it's useful information.
Right. But
I mean, if it was still the
I mean,
center.
half of this weird maze is weird world building.
Yeah, I mean, if it was still the center, that would be useful. But if it was the center, that's less so.
No, I mean it is interesting. We now know that the Medusa like took it over from the lizard people who took it over from the Elfin King. Like that's some good background to know in case we run across those things. And knowing that this used to be the center, we're probably within what used to be their territory.
So what does this thing look like again?
It's pretty intricate. It's just a face. It appears to be human. There's not really any distinct markings on it.
Does anyone happen to remember what that living mosaic, what creature that living mosaic was depicting?
That was kind of a unique thing that you hadn't really seen before. It might have been designed specifically just as like a drawing that came to life.
Alright. I just had random theory that it might be like a trapped individual of what you said, elephants or lizards.
Possible, but a little unlikely.
That image
From
does
what you
not
think.
necessarily make the characters think of lizards or elephants.
It was a little reptilian. It had like a tail, more like salamander-esque than. Well, I guess that's kind of a lizard, but
Alright. Oh no, my random theory of linkage was wrong.
So is there anything else interesting in this room? Like, seeing as it used to be the center?
there's just like kind of just like decorational markings on some of the walls, and kind of like just the floor kind of radiates towards the center of the room.
What time is it?
I mean, do we have an understanding of time in the
Yeah, without
underground maze?
sun to kind of use a sun clock or sundial is definitely difficult. But you feel like you've been awake for maybe 12-ish hours? I don't know.
Like, we don't feel tired, right?
I mean, you're physically exhausted.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, if there's nothing else in this room, and it seems like it has a pretty
A good
good
place to make camp.
advantage overall. Yeah.
Do we... What kind of... Are the doorways just corridors, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
nothing to block vision or
Oh,
anything.
okay. I thought that was just.
Yeah, there are few doors. Most of it is kind of just archways that just lead straight in.
Can I peek
What
back?
is-
Is the paper still following us? Like, it's still growing?
It is still growing, and you almost hear a voice coming from the other side. Can you roll perception?
Sure.
Just Ovek or all of us?
Whoever is Ovek and maybe one other person who might be looking at the top.
12.
Well, I was with Ovek, so let me roll that too.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm by the head, so I probably wouldn't.
Yeah. The two of us probably filter into the room.
Unperceptive people looking back. Wait, was the Scarab still on fire when we left it?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, it won't be a potential smoke hazard at all.
Great. Excellent perception.
You
Jesus.
feel like
Same thing?
you hear something that's not folding paper coming from farther north.
From farther north. Huh. But like that's where like the paper is growing out of.
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, ish.
It seems like voices, but you can't make out any words.
Did the paper get to the flaming scarab yet? think I
Not
can
yet.
see that
But
thing
as you're watching, it seems to be unfolding faster and faster for some reason that you can't quite put a finger on. But it is getting pretty close. It'll probably reach where the scarab was in around another minute.
I think we have to get going. The paper, I think, is folding out faster, and this might be just dumped into paper soon. I think we need to continue moving out of this room, even though
Yeah.
it's
Some of the walls nearby
Yeah,
are
possibly.
creaking a bit too, as the paper is kind of just expanding and pushing
Oh,
against.
Jesus.
Okay.
What if the weird
Also,
reason
out
that
of
this whole thing dies?
Out of character. The scarab's still burning, right?
On the inside. But,
Okay, I was like, if that catches fire on that big thing, paper.
that might be interesting.
What if
I think
unfolding
we
that
more like
paper?
Forest
I wonder-
fire where it's just going for a really long time because a lot of it won't burn because of lack of oxygen, or rather,
Oh
it won't
God,
burn immediately.
oxygen!
You think so, but this is a magic maze.
We're going to suffocate
Yeah.
if we stay here.
I mean, either way, let's not test that and keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's move. Let's go. Let's go.
The second we hear those walls creak, I look at Athos and I'm like, let's go.
The room to the south, as you peek in, the flooring kind of falls away, so you are led to believe the south is actually a different area of the maze than the one we're just entering for the first time. It's a little more ornate, and it is back to being better lit than kind of the room you're currently in is.
Wait, wasn't all the lighting torches?
There's some lanterns interspersed between the torches and
Okay,
like
but-
oil lanterns.
Don't worry, there's plenty of sources of ignition.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Only you. But so how far away are we? Like, can we still hear like the creaking of the walls with the paper?
I mean, you guys are wherever you want to be at this moment.
Yeah.
So if you want to be on the south side of the room, peeking in.
So when you say,
Yeah.
sorry, continue.
Okay, so the room to the south has incense sensors that hang from the ceiling and kind of fill the room. They are all over. Moving through the room would either take a lot of time or would be a feat of dexterity.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, so when you say the floor falls away, that you mean like the design of the floor?
Yeah,
is
like
different,
definitely.
right?
It's
Not like-
different. I'm just trying to say it's a different area of the maze, south.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that before we start.
So
Oh,
like
it's a pitfall.
this section of the maze, the Almery is kind of in this direction, and this is something new.
But it's not like the garden or the gallery where we were before.
Right, this is just something new.
I guess like we have no choice but to start moving. Alright. I guess I want to try and get through this room slowly, unless I am forced to by paper being on my heels. Some of the other people that are better at acrobatics can probably just jump through it.
Yeah, I mean, Atlas and I could totally lead the way because like we are both dexterous and good in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this might be an instance where being small is helpful. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll definitely have an easier time than other people if you want to go through quickly, just because you can duck under some much easier. But you'll still have to have some kind of roll.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna try to go through it slowly.
How slow is slowly?
Yeah, let's go.
It is not a big room. It'd probably take 5 minutes to get to one of the two exits without touching any of the sensors. As you kind of just like come up to the room, you notice that like just we'll say one of them in front of you like automatically ignites just from the proximity of your movement or a noise. And you kind of assume that they would all do the same.
Probably do the same thing. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
And the smell coming out of it is definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're going through slow,
Yeah.
I will do this first.
And just in case it matters, I'm gonna have at least I'm gonna have my bow out just in case. 'Cause
Okay,
I can fly react faster than everyone else in case someone comes in.
Oh, God,
Or just
I
shows
have to
himself.
fight before these sensors around.
Who's the first two people leading the way?
First two would almost certainly be Leaf and Athos.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will move you all guys onto a new page just so I can draw some more.
Out of the two of us, I don't know which one of us would be first, but the first two are definitely us.
Yeah, probably almost simultaneously, like not
Yeah.
following a pathway behind each other. You know, doing.
That would be taking up the rear because I'm probably the slowest.
Okay, so let me see what's in the adjacent rooms quick. Alright, so you guys make your way. You're about halfway through before.
So all of us would be about halfway.
Yeah, about in the middle. Which direction were you planning on heading?
Good question. Probably like one of the people in front, Leaf or whatever, would choose.
Probably the not that direction.
I mean, I was going to say that I didn't really want to head northeast.
I was gonna say east because we've already. I mean, we can go south. I mean, we.
South
I
is
was-
basically entirely unknown.
Yeah,
Map is
yeah.
all to scale.
We could just like flip a coin to say which way we want it to go.
That works for me.
Alright, heads or tails.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
One being left,
That's
two
might be
right.
the right one.
Okay, so you probably move closer along the wall.
Okay.
But these guys kind of start. They start yelling amongst each other. You notice from the
Are those
shrill voices
cannibals?
that these are Oku, bird people.
Oh God, not them again.
And they say, yes, they followed for the trap. Get them. And they shoot. A couple of them shoot arrows at you guys. But they're not particularly good shots, but the movement and the noise of the arrows clattering against the walls ignite a good handful of the incense sensors around you.
So, a couple questions here. Athos and I should still be stealth, yeah? And I thought this room was foggy?
Most of them weren't lit, so it was not particularly foggy.
Okay.
And even if you guys were stealth, I definitely wasn't stealthed.
Right. And I guess if you guys are hovering right behind us like your character tokens
Exactly.
are, it wouldn't help us very much.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's okay. We didn't see you guys.
So you guys are not in immediate danger, but you're starting to inhale some of these different smells, and they are, by the time you make it to the door, they're going to have some effects. You guys can continue at a slow pace, or you can try to just speed up and finish it out with a dexterity check.
I'll speed up and roll dexterity on that.
Wait. Can I do something with Druidcraft? With wind? Wait.
Blow wind. Blow the
There
incense
is a
away.
gust cantrip, that's its own thing.
Yeah, nope, I can't do it. Before we start running, I wanna go and these are gonna be checks, right? Dexterity checks?
Yes.
Nope, then never mind.
I'm going to continue moving slowly.
Okay, those of you that are moving quickly, make an acrobatics check.
I don't want to know what the penalty for failure is.
Nice.
2 and a 1. Come on.
So you kind of lean ahead, and but your foot bumps into one of them, which swings into more, and as the brass bangs into the brass, a whole bunch of them around ignite, and now the smoke is starting to permeate the room.
Jesus.
I will have each of you roll a d6 to see which effects you will be taken by.
No saving throws?
Just a d6.
Alright.
That's /R 1d6, right?
Yes, that'll work.
On the left, there's a dice.
Or maybe it won't work.
Also on the left in the tool section, there's a d20 symbol, and you can use that to just roll a dice.
Oh, cool.
Or I didn't find that, but I figured out how to do it on this. There needs to be a space.
Okay, so
Almost everything's different.
Wodar,
Yeah.
for we'll say just the next. We'll say each of these last 10 minutes. For the next 10 minutes, you will be enraptured by your own deep imaginings. If you're left alone, you'll sit thinking in the corner, You'll ask monsters about their motivation, and I mean, really, who is the monster? Begor and Athos. You'll be extra captivated by artifacts and art, and you cannot really leave a piece alone until you've asked everyone in the room about it.
Oh God, let's not go to the gallery.
Leaf.
Oh, so Bagheer hasn't changed then.
Yeah, but I'm doing a 180.
Leaf, you feel a strong desire that you need to listen to music right now.
I do?
Yes.
Would my own singing count?
Probably.
Okay.
But I will let you guys pass through to the next room.
Uh-huh.
I start humming. I'm not gonna flat out sing yet, but I'm definitely humming and ruining my stealth for the next 10 minutes.
This room kind of has a little clash of themes.
Sounds like there's some art in here.
Weirdly,
Please, no.
we'll say the ceiling of this room is kind of open for the first time, but you kind of just looking into black nothingness. There are vines here overgrowing, but they're not coming from the ground, it's coming from the ceiling, and it seems to wrap around from the ceiling. So there would be three different vines that can be climbed, which are growing, look like they're growing from the ceiling. And
It's like you knew what I was about to ask.
they might lead to three different places.
Huh. Huh. Huh.
I go touch one of them.
Touching it doesn't do much. You would have to climb up.
I'll climb the middle
Over
one
the
and peek
walls.
over and see where it's going.
This one, the middle, as you kind of hop over and look over the wall, once you get like up over on top of the wall like here, you can no longer see the other vines or really much of anything to the left and to the right. You just see ahead. And you keep climbing until you see from above one of the rooms that looks to be in the gardens section of the maze. Here there appear to be three chameleon women sitting, waiting in ambush, watching through one of the doors in this room, but they don't seem to notice you. They're kind of just like holding their weapons and all like leaning around the door, watching and waiting.
I climb back down and inform the people what I saw.
My turn. Let me go up mine.
The left one seems to be a different room in the gardens, which you have not seen. There doesn't appear to be anyone or anything in this room, but it is overgrown, and the vine, just grows into the ground.
All right, nothing weird on this room. An empty room with a lot of green.
I'm in the corner, muttering to myself.
I'm going to guess that I get the joy of the third one.
I mean, if you want to, I
Yay!
can climb it again. But I'm like super weak.
Would you like to see what the third one leads to?
Yeah, I'm climbing up. I'm going to assume that the incense is also increasing my curiosity.
Sure. Sounds great. This one doesn't appear to go to the gardens. It seems to be kind of just leftover plant growth. It appears to be kind of a similarly themed room to the one you're in, so it looks like it's the same section of the maze. And this room does have kind of one of the first doors you've really ever seen in the maze, as well as two other entrances and exits.
Second door we saw in the maze. The first one was the one that had 5 that would curse us, right?
Oh, right.
Okay.
Alright, I'll climb back down.
Okay. Also, the room to your right would just be it's kind of covered in water. The floor looks to be pretty deep for a puddle, but the darkness of the water kind of makes it difficult to see exactly how deep it goes. But there's definitely more rooms beyond.
Okay, so clearly there's chameleon ladies who are trying to ambush people. Maybe we should ambush them. Ambush party, yeah.
Well, last time you ambushed someone.
Yeah, it was the son of the Medusa. So what? These people are obviously waiting to ambush and kill someone. We're doing the people here a favor. These ladies, you didn't see them. They were clearly waiting to ambush someone. Maybe we should help that someone out by taking care of these people.
And how do you know they're not the people waiting to ambush someone who's thought to be stereotypical about it, evil?
Well, in that case, then after the fact, we just, ambush that person, and the two acts bounce each other out. It's fine.
Or we can talk to other people. Maybe see what's going on.
All right, fine. You know what? What we can do is Epis and I can sneak up there, hide in the room, and then you can come up and talk to them. And if it doesn't go well, we'll back you up.
Why me? Why don't we send Wodor to talk? I mean, Ovik, sorry.
He's not in a fit state to talk right now.
And we wouldn't want to fight with someone not able to fight.
All right. Well, I don't know.
And how do you plan to stealth, Singing Boy?
Now I'm just imagining he was just like saying everything to like lyrics.
A little sing-songy.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's how I've been imagining it in my head, but I don't know how to do it.
You're just hang on, I'm gonna find something link in Discord real quick. He's singing a cat-like tread from Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah. I can do it. I can do it.
Not entirely applicable, but close enough.
All right.
I guess question of where we go is, I mean, I'm not too keen on going into that water, but I guess the question is if we want to go back to the garden, because I'm going to assume that once we get off these vines, we won't be able to go back. I don't know if that's an accurate assumption, but it's what I'm going to assume.
Well,
That is a good point.
to be quite fair, our target right now is the kids from the guy with the moon face, right?
Yes, we intend to re-unkidnap them.
In that case, if they're not gonna be here in the Almory, technically anywhere but here will be our best bet.
I don't think
We're not in the Almory.
Yeah, you guys probably
Not anymore.
wouldn't have an idea of what it's called, but I'll cheat and tell you that this is the Dead Wedding area.
Okay,
Well,
so
actually,
we don't
I
know
did-
if this is
I
the
did-
right or the wrong area.
I did have that idea because the blue lady at the very front said that if we go this way, it'll be the Dead Wedding. And since we didn't really know the other part was the Almory, I was just assuming the Almory part was part of the Dead Wedding.
Yeah, it's kind of north of the Dead Wedding.
Yeah.
That's just how I was perceiving it, but if I made a mistake somewhere and that mistake led me to be right, who cares?
I think that really captures the essence of your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, east was the Dead Wedding. And, I'm gonna have real fun connecting things later.
I'm
Yay.
sure
Just
It's
for
might not go. These might go different, like you said, be like one-way paths to a completely different area.
just because I think it's been a while, and you took like a couple minutes going through the incense, and you've been discussing for a couple minutes, I'm gonna roll an encounter check.
And we were running away from paper.
Yeah. And just a warning, like unless you guys directly talk to Olvek, he's going to continue being in the corner, contemplating life.
Yeah, we just
happiness.
ourselves. We didn't involve you.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think we even noticed you're in the corner.
I don't think so either.
Okay, this would be ooh. So, what was the situation where one of you guys kind of saw a red room with a ghost boy?
That was Leaf.
Yeah.
I think that was the scry. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that was the scry room, and then we saw another red room, and I was like, "Oh, this might be it." And then you add a character and inform me that it was.
Okay, yeah. But you do see a very familiar ghost child kind of just come in the room through the wall. We'll say through the south wall.
Why, hello there.
Do we all see him?
Yes.
Except for me.
Those of you that are paying attention.
I don't know. While we're talking, I might be examining the vines. I mean, these are really unusual things, you know? It's not the sort of thing you see all the time. Gotta figure them out.
Okay.
I can't find a decent token.
Just use Bathiel.
Just use an indecent token.
He's a ghost now, right?
That's perfect.
At first, I thought that was a finger pointing.
That's what I thought too. I had to zoom in.
Alright, so he kind of just like pops straight through the wall. He's semi-transparent, black eyes.
And I did sing that hello to him like I did earlier.
He looks at you and kind of just cocks his head. He does not have a mouth.
Oh,
As in he just has skin where the mouth should be, or that the jaw doesn't exist. Because that's a slight difference.
We'll say the first one. It's not as creepy as
okay.
the second one.
Okay.
Yeah. I wave at him since words didn't seem to work.
He I guess he puts his finger up to his mouth in like a shushing motion and kind of like points towards it would be his left, but you over here in the direction, and does the shushing motion again.
And then I sing, but why? Why have you done this to me? I don't know. I don't do
He
good.
kind of just like shakes his head no.
maybe he means we should go shut them up.
What?
He starts walking and walks this way and kind of just takes a couple steps into the room and then turns around.
As if he's waiting for us.
Yes.
Let's go.
Alright. Should we follow the creepy ghost kid?
I just start following him. I didn't even ask.
Of course.
This is
Athas?
my own. Okay, yeah, this is reminding me way too much of those will-o-wisps you hear about. I kind of don't want to follow, but if everyone else is following, I will reluctantly do so. Expecting a trap.
I will say this is it's not very natural occurrence, but kind of your knowledge. This does not ring a bell about any kind of will-o-wisp. He seems definitely distinctly different.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking situationally.
Right.
But he's the one who made the rooms that we feel safe in.
Maybe.
Is he though? Is he though?
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier, I thought. Like,
Right.
it's because of him that those rooms felt safe or whatever.
The red room that you saw that he was in did kind of just remind you of the other room. And not necessarily that they were made by the same person, but the red room that you saw seemed safe as well as the other red room.
Okay.
Alright, I apparently, sadly, don't have a 10-foot pole to figure out how deep that is.
Before you get into the room, he kind of motions for you to stop. And he bends down with his hands and scoops something out of the water. It is long, a little bit eel-like, and a little bit leech-like. And he kind of just throws it away, like a little forcefully away from him, but not like towards you, just towards the wall. And he points down to the water. And then he turns around and he keeps walking through.
Clearly, he wants us to collect those.
I think he was just warning us about them and not wandering into the leech-infested water that I'm probably going to drown in.
Right. Right, I knew that.
All right, you're tiny.
We'll say that whoever steps in it first, you would probably guess that this would come up to maybe like your belly button.
Oh, jeez.
As I said,
Okay.
Oh God.
Once again,
Well,
unless
this,
someone...
I was saying this to the gnome and not everyone else. It'd be like up to your shins.
oh, mine?
Oh, okay. I was gonna offer him to climb on my back.
Unless someone actually drags Ulvik along. I think he's going to be staying here.
No. I'm like, Ovek, we're moving, go. Ovek,
But why?
hey, buddy.
What is moving?
Hey, buddy.
While they're coaxing them to do that, I'm just following the boy, trying my best to avoid the leeches.
Oh, God. Come on, Ovek. Leaf is gonna die again.
The leech.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and put my longbow on my back and grab out my dagger and short sword so I can stab any leeches who try to get on me, and then follow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna change pages.
I'll keep out my short sword as well to stab any that I see. Meanwhile, I'm humming something strangely similar to Indiana Jones, but not quite because I don't know what that is.
Similar
you're
to, but
like
legally distinct from.
You're like a key off.
Yeah, like the
It's like in a
discount
minor key.
you get to not get copyright. That.
The boy does appear to be going to the south entrance.
How big is the room?
Maybe like 30 feet by 30 feet.
What kind of texture does the walls have? Like, could I climb up them in an emergency?
I would say it is pretty unlikely. These are smooth and kind of decorative. They're almost like home-like.
Alright.
As you guys,
Close to the wall then.
I'm following directly behind the ghost boy.
I'll follow directly behind Leaf then.
Question: if I become like a giant, frog, or a reef shark, can I carry everybody with me, or?
I don't
that
think the
too
water's
small?
that deep. It's only like 2 feet deep.
Hey, now that you've seen those leeches, can you turn into them?
But why would I do that? Like,
I mean, not now. Later. For entertainment reasons, mostly.
I want to say yes, but I don't know. Can I?
A frog might be... I don't know if any form would be kind of more proficient at walking through this or not.
I think he was asking if you could turn into a leech now since he's.
These are
Yeah.
not beasts. I will allow Ovac to make a roll once you guys really get to them. I'll say that they kind of just make their own like little attacks against you guys, but they do not appear to do damage. So for just this purpose, I'm not going to roll initiative. But a whole bunch of them
Okay.
are kind of just going to attack.
What kind of roll do you want me to make?
This will be a religion roll.
Okay.
If that's not all on one person.
No, there's like 5 of them, and some of them, like some of them you can feel like try to get like bite, but they just hit your boot. But we'll say probably like 2 of them are going to connect. And as you kind of like pull up your leg and see one, we'll say one of them's on Ovac for ease. These are some kind of remora parasite, but these are celestial in origin.
Celestial? Huh.
And you feel like since you do have some kind of connection to the celestials, you would have an easier time removing them.
They would just because of our shared connections, they'd not attack me as often or not try to like stab me up.
You would probably be able to just pull them off.
What?
But nobody else would be able to.
I just pulled off the one that's on me then. Let's take a close look. So these are celestial. Huh. Interesting. What color are they? Black?
They are a little bit transparent. You can kind of see some of their insides. They're little arrow-headed, shaped. They kind of start like all scrunched up, but when they latch onto something, they stretch out really long.
Do I know like what?
And they use their length to kind of wrap around you as much as they can. But they're hard to see just because they're so transparent. You can only see them when the light flickers over them.
Do I know like what they're doing when they latch on to people? Because like, you said it's not damage, right?
Right. They don't do damage. I'll say from your skill check, they in out of game sense they would like leech your experience points. In game sense, they kind of like absorb
Like
some of your spirit, memories. Some of your knowledge.
Huh. But like if I try to take it off of it, like it latched on to say like Balga, like who's next to me. Like could I take one off of him?
Yeah, as you like reach down to touch it, it kind of relaxes and it becomes easy to pull off.
Oh, that's cute.
Whereas for everyone else, they would latch on hard, and you would have to attack them or something else.
So is it latched onto anyone except for me right now?
We'll see one other person, but as you guys leave the room, you can take care of it.
Okay. Can I keep it as a pet?
It is pretty slippery, and they do live in this liquid, whatever it is.
Oh. After we get... So, what I'm going to do is, like, after we get to the room, I'll just, like, take them off, whoever they're on. Now, carefully bring them back into the swamp-like thing for them to continue living in peace.
This room,
What were they called again?
they are etheric remora.
Etheric Remora. That's cute.
This room to the south, one of
These are living, right?
the
Etheric
the
Remora.
boy.
No, the leech things. They're not like constructs or anything like that,
They're
right?
probably alive. Yeah.
But like they're
Okay.
ethereal in nature. So like they're alive in like the sense like a demon would be alive, right?
Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't like the pupils where I could actually throw them into the bag of holding, deposit someone else later.
This room appears to be
Also, how long are the instance effects going on for again?
10 minutes from the
10
time.
minutes.
So you guys spent a
it's
lot of
over.
time kind of just talking about what to do next. So they're almost over.
Okay.
So kind of all along this room there are green, thorny rose stalks, pretty much, just going into the ceiling. You can't really see where they go. This door to the right, which I haven't drawn yet. This is an actual door with a handle and everything. I'll draw like a circle on it. So you can't really see what's on the other side of that. But there is an entranceway to the left. This room, other than the stalks, there is like essentially a bar in the middle of the room. That's what like the walls are separating it, and kind of all along the floor of it is pillows. You can see like on the shelves along the middle bar walls, there's drinks of several different kinds.
When you
Yeah.
bar, I was thinking stripper pole, but you meant like bars and drinking bars.
Yes, drinking.
Yeah.
And did we come in from that left entrance, or is there another one at the top?
You came in from the top. Excuse me.
All right.
That would be odd, but not the weirdest thing we came across.
Yeah, I know. That's why I felt the need to ask.
And while you think about this, let me double check. So. Okay, so the boy comes and stands next to the closed door.
Okay.
He just
I follow
stands
over.
there.
Yes. And he kind of waits for everyone to get nearby. I need What page were we just on?
I'll go ahead and get out my bow again. So I think with that incense still in me, I'm gonna have to take a detour to the pillars and see if there are any particularly fancy ones there.
Yeah, I want to check them out. I want to check the mini bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna join them and check out the bar.
I'm not looking at the bar, I'm looking at the pillows.
Yeah, but they're all in the same area, so we're all gonna be in the middle there.
Yeah, the pillows seem to be just pretty basic. Some of them are like small square pillows for like throw pillows or for chairs. Others are bigger, longer, more like bed pillows. But they're kind of just all around the floor in the middle. So it's kind of just like a comfy place to sit and relax.
What about the bar? What
Nice.
does the bar have?
Oh yeah, does the bar have any drinks?
Yes,
Drink,
there's
drink.
drinks of all kinds. There's whiskey, there's some kind of goblin stout, there's a cider, there's some beers, there's some wine, some rum, some ale, some gin, some punch, and some kind of extra sticky liquor.
I'm gonna just throw that all in the bag of holding. So
I immediately go to grab
pack out of
the
this.
whiskey. And
I let everyone know to take a swig of whatever they want, and then I'm putting it in the bag of holding so they can take it.
Oh no, I keep the whiskey on me. do you know how long it's been since I've had a decent beer? Decent alcohol?
Listen, if that stops you
2
from
days?
eating this, that's fine.
I will say that the bag of holding does normally have a weight limit, so putting a whole bunch of liquid-filled bottles in there is gonna pretty much cap it out.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Okay, maybe not.
Get the sticky one. Get the sticky one.
All right. Sticky liquor, punch, and what do you want?
Oh, I'm not there anymore. After I look through the pillows and don't see any really fancy ones, I'm gonna click my tongue in disapproval and go to the door. I'm not really noticing right now.
I tell him to pick out a liquor he likes.
Mead, sure, whatever.
Meat is not a liquor.
Mead.
That'd be kind of the dwarven ale.
Oh,
Would
mead.
be the closest.
All right.
What how is the whiskey taste?
It is pretty solid. It's definitely not bad. Looks like whoever stocked this bar definitely had no expense spared.
They knew what they were
The
doing.
label says it was made in the heavy moors.
Does it have a date on it?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
All right. So sticky liquor, mead, punch. What else?
Takes
Oh, do you want to? Because you're carrying your own, right?
Yeah. I also grabbed a bottle of beer and stuffed that into a backpack.
If you guys mark those on your character sheets, mark them as from room 195, just so I can look them up in the future.
Yeah, those 3 are going in the bag of holding unless anyone wants to carry theirs. Because 3 shouldn't cap it out, right?
You're right. It should be okay for a bit longer. I'll say since you had some,
Yeah.
you feel that there's a little bit more to the whiskey if you get drunk, like actually drunk off of it. You would feel, in addition to the negative effects of being drunk, you might feel some beneficial effects.
Yes.
I keep that in mind. I do not share this information to make sure that they don't think about drinking all my beer, all my alcohol. I think we found paradise. Can I just take a moment to like sit down in one of these like what were these like chairs? Beanbag chairs?
There's
I
just a
just
bunch
like
of
that?
pillows in the middle of the floor.
Can I take a moment to just like lay down on one of the pillows?
The green circles are thorny rose vines that are super
Oh,
large.
excuse me.
You would not want to lean against that.
Yeah. I lay down on one of the pillows that's near the center. Take another sip of the whiskey. Savoring this moment.
I'm back with the boy.
He, for those of you that are next to the door, he kind of points to the door and then covers his ears. And then
So his mom is there.
Athos and Leaf, like he points to Athos's bow and he points towards Leaf's swords.
Alright, so I draw it while humming an action-y tune like dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I missed the stuff on the next page. Excuse me. So there's also a vodka and a moonshine, as well as there's some kind of locked cabinet.
Alright, well I'm taking the vodka.
What? No, I'm taking the vodka.
Well, there's more than one.
You were
There's more than one?
whiskey.
Yeah, this whole bar is pretty stocked.
Alright. I'll take one of the bottles of vodka.
I'll take that.
Yeah, there's enough here that like if you guys really want to search for something, you can roll an investigation check.
I don't wanna like look for anything in particular. I just wanna read all of the labels, even though I cannot read.
Okay. Make an investigation check, Igor.
Let me try.
Also, since I didn't know that we could do that, can I rewind a second before we're back at the door and look for some scotch? Instead of vodka?
This is kind of just what I was getting at, and I'll let Begor find it. While just looking amongst the bottles, you see an empty one that's got a piece of paper rolled up inside of it.
A message in a bottle?
Yeah, but it's not a drink.
Yes, you can leave it if you want to, or you can show it to other people.
No, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna like examine it, and taking advantage of the instance, I'm gonna be like, but why would you put paper instead of something to drink, like juice?
Some of
Or-
these letters look familiar.
I don't know. Is it in Druid?
Familiar.
No, it's
Wait,
in common.
no. Oh,
Oh, it's
okay.
a comment. I told him to toss it over here so I can read it.
Well, how are you gonna read it if it's inside the bottle? Like,
I mean, we
Yeah, I
opened
can
the
get it
bottle.
out.
all right, here you go, and I pass it to Ovek.
Is it easy to get out?
It takes
Or do I
like
have to break the
30
bottle?
seconds or so. Especially, yeah. Just takes a little bit of time.
Yep.
I'm gonna look for that scotch. That's just investigation.
Yeah, probably. But Caleb's writing something.
I've covered just about all the special types of drinks that there are. Like I
but
can,
presumably there's some like regular ones also.
right. So like if you just want a scotch that doesn't even have a label on it, then you can find some.
All right, cool.
There is a
I rolled an
secret
8.
door.
That's still okay.
for regular scotch.
The rest of the piece of paper is actually encoded into a kind of scroll.
Oh no.
And at the bottom is the signature.
Fucking G.
That name is familiar to most of you, I assume. That name was also in the note in the secret compartment inside, like the floating globes that set off like the big explosion.
Oh.
The distraction one?
Yes.
Huh.
Huh.
So
Maybe
he
this
has
is a-
definitely hidden some things all around the maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, but last time wasn't really helpful. It almost kills Athas.
Well,
Well,
it,
I mean,
it
like,
was
it
a
was-
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is true, yeah.
Can I figure out what kind of scroll it is that's on this?
I'll say that there's enough clues in it that it is a scroll of comprehend languages.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Mildly
what
worried.
I've been looking for.
If I use that, will I learn to read them?
Only while the effects last.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Finally, you said there's a locked.
Yes,
There's
there's a
something
locked
locked?
cabinet.
Can I just break the lock?
You can try.
Alright.
That would be just an athletics check.
An athletics check. How's 10?
Yeah, this lock isn't really made to, like, it's
To
pretty
withstand,
basic.
it's like a good
It's kind of just
strong
meant to
punch.
be
Yeah.
a deterrent, and it snaps off. And from the force, kind of the doors to the cabinet fold open, and it is completely empty.
What?
There's we'll say like a bottle, an empty bottle kind of rolls out on the floor, and there's a couple other empty bottles in there.
And nothing else?
Hmm.
Who would lock up empty bottles? Can I inspect one of the bottles? Like, is there anything interesting about them?
There's a little bit of liquid residue in them. They do have labels. They are other alcoholic drinks. These labels do appear like they have gold etching on them. These would be where the expensive drinks once were.
Oh,
And
some
if
of
the
them
drinks
already-
in the middle were pretty high quality, then this stuff must have been good.
Can I try like tip one of them to just get the last residue out to see what it tasted like?
Yeah. Let me see if you get lucky. Yes, you get a last drop. It is. It was a wine. It was sweet, and hit the spot.
That's good. We need to figure out who made these because these are excellent.
If only they were labeled.
I love how like I'm doing all of this and like you guys are like trying to follow this ghost boy and like I'm just completely ignoring all of that stuff.
I was over there grabbing that, and then I went back. So I imagine this
Yeah.
is we're preparing for battle over here, while you guys are just fapping about.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm still gonna take the empty bottles with me.
You mean the empty bottles that were in the locked cupboard?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna take them with me. How many bottles are there?
There's like 10 or more of them.
I'll take like 10. That's probably be enough for whatever you want to use them for.
Yeah,
I mean, they'd be
like,
kind of difficult
or
to carry
liquids or
around. They're
stuff.
gonna clank into each other in your
Yeah.
bag or whatever.
You try to like
How-
stuff them into the bag of holding.
No, you're not
Can I
putting that in
take
the
like
hole.
3 of them?
Yes, that sounds fine.
I tell him straight up, like, you're not putting that in the bag of holding.
So I know that you don't want to deal with carrying capacities or anything like that, but like, how much more alcohol can I take with me realistically?
Since they're
So I
all
have
like in
3.
bottles,
Yeah. Like, would 3 more be realistic of just like the normal variants?
sure.
Perfect.
Especially since you're not carrying any rations in your bag or anything. That'll take
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
your bag's
rations
got-
and alcohol.
Rations, alcohol rations are a thing. I mean, different words, different type of ration thing. But
Yeah, no, you have a point. Okay, so since they're done over there, it seems,
Yeah.
we're just gonna open this door stealthily.
Alright. Normally I would ask you to roll stealth, but as soon as you open the door, an alarm sounds.
I look at the boy with a what the hell kind of look like.
He's got his hands over his ears.
And then, like, you can
I guess he
almost
tried
see
to
the
warn
light
you.
bulb go off over my head, as in, like, oh, I'm the idiot.
my mind is, Athos's mind was kind of going a little slowly. We've got him on the weapons. He was kind of starting to think of plugging his ears, but he didn't quite get there in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this this alarm isn't particularly annoying. It is actually a little beautiful sounding, but it is loud.
I am 100% trying to follow along with the alarm there.
Yeah,
Like,
even as the effects are receding, it is a little pleasant.
all right, so I'm no longer belting it out, but I'm still gonna hum. I'm still gonna be like, yeah.
Okay, this room. You're coming in from here. There's, I believe all 3 of these are closed doors. Inside this room, in the middle, there is a bird cage. Inside the bird cage is a pixie. She's very small. And yes, she kind of shouts out, or she waves her hands and dispels the alarm.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
In a very high-pitched voice, she says, "So what's your story?"
Well, we kind of got trapped in here by the bastard who tricked us,
Oh, Beck.
and now we're looking around.
That seems to be the story of a lot of mammalians like you guys.
Dude, that movie is great.
Do you have any gossip for me about the workings of the maze?
Sure. And then I proceed to tell the same story I told about Aethys being the hero to Cronia and Painting. What's her name?
Okay. Can you remind me what that was? That was about
Oh, just the
Torquil?
stuff that's happened in the maze since we've been here, except I'm making Athos the hero.
Okay.
Instead of anyone else.
Which I'm becoming more and more disconcerted about.
So do you
really.
like tell the story of killing Gibagognata?
I kind of breeze over that. Like, I briefly kind of mentioned it, but not like I glaze over it. And more importantly, Anole and Anolis are missing. Like the Moon Children.
Moon Children.
Yeah.
Well, the rumor is that the reptiles in the farthest section of the maze from here, and she points pretty much to like the northeast section, past the gallery. The reptiles have a collection of anything and everyone that they capture that they don't like, which is pretty much everything.
Are the kids gonna be there?
I haven't heard about any moon children.
It stands to reason that would be a good place to look. May I ask why you're in this cage? If you're able to dispel alarms like that, surely you can get out, right?
Well, I set the alarms, of course. I don't want to miss any exciting gossip.
Ah, I see.
And around that moment, from the south door, enters... let's see, some kind of physical description.
Sure, I would like to point out both Athos and I still have our weapons drawn. We're just not being aggressive about it.
Fair.
I think Ovek and Bagheera are still at the bar, maybe? I don't know if they could.
Oh no.
Well, they definitely heard the alarm, yeah.
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 We're probably just at the door.
I'm just gonna be behind Leaf trying to avoid him opening the cage, just in case he gets the idea.
Is the ghost
No, that is exactly my idea. Free the pixie. The pixie can come with us.
Of course not.
Would you want to leave her in a cage?
Well, she's there for a reason. Either she wants to be there or she was put there by someone.
Yeah, you know what? When I made that argument earlier about that woman chained up, you were the first person to be like, well, you were like the third person, but you're still one of the people who said, free her.
Oh, this is a man. This is not a woman. But I guess I'll just keep the token.
Whatever.
So in comes a naked, dual-mouthed shark man.
Shark boy?
Does he have Lava Girl?
Looks a little intimidating. Definitely intimidating.
A little, definitely.
And as he opens the door, the alarms chime again, but he kind of just like punches the part of the door where the magic runes reside, and it disturbs the rooms enough that the alarm stops. And he says,
I want to be that cool.
Did you bring me, or I see you've found me some food.
Sure, we have some extra rations.
I don't think that's what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that either.
Hey, Ovek, come over here. Here's your rations.
We will probably roll initiative.
Alright.
Let me
Okay.
pop this up and delete everything. Okay. So you guys can roll.
You know, good thing I got that alert. Otherwise, my initiatives would have been today.
I know you have a bonus of 8 and you're getting 10s.
Yeah, like, damn.
You should have advantage like I do. Speaking of, I've apparently been forgetting that among the same ability that gives me advantage on initiative rolls also gives me advantage on attack rolls against creatures that haven't acted yet.
I also
Which doesn't come up much, but it might. So I
Right.
figured I'd mention it while I remembered it.
Okay.
How do you have advantage on initiative?
I think it's
It's
part of
part
his
of
class.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm using a revised ranger, not the handbook ranger.
okay.
Okay. Let me reorder initiative. Athos will be
Jesus,
going
21.
first.
All right.
Some additions to what he looks like. He's kind of got some. His clothing actually is a little bit more refined than what you would expect. He's even got some embroidery of, we'll say, like a lute on his chest.
Is he wearing a tie?
No.
No. Where are his two mouths?
He's got like a shark mouth and a human mouth, kind of.
Like one over the other one?
One's kind of on the side. Like his face is a little bit more shark-like, so it's got like it's protruding forwards a bit, and his human mouth is kind of just on the side of it. Oh, I should probably roll initiative for the fairy as well.
Oh no.
Getting intense here.
Okie doke. So the fairy will be before Ovac.
Everyone's before Ovac.
Okay. So we will start with Athos.
All right. I'll shift to here just to say, and then pretend I can do one-liners and say, "I'd rather not be meat today, thank you." And
He does respond to that. Says, maybe if you give me some small bones so I can complete my statue, you won't be my dinner.
I think I'll pass on
Or
that.
if you can play me a wonderful song, but you do not look like the group to do that with your weapons drawn.
Hey, Figure, you have a flute, and I'll sing.
Oh no.
That half of that sounds good. Only half.
Then I'll
Well,
just sing.
no, not the half. The other one. A song or bones?
I don't think we have bones.
I'm looking through the...
I'm checking.
See it. I mean, you might. as a druid who
I can
was with
take
us.
your ears and use those bones.
There's no bones in the ear, dumbass.
Inside the
When-
ears. The inner
When he
ears.
says that, I'll stop hesitating and shoot him.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Too bad you don't have advantage.
I do. He hasn't acted yet.
You have on your second attack too?
It's, I think,
Yeah, on attack rolls. It's plural on mine.
yeah. Advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted.
You got a sneak attack on that? Oh, is that your...
I might have. No, I shouldn't. Why do I have?
You might have clicked.
Oh, I know. I was.
Hunter's mark?
No, I somehow sneak attack got onto my character sheet somehow.
Yeah, I think that your hunter's mark got, when the character sheet upgraded, it got turned into
Oh,
sneak
no,
attack.
I had it completely clear earlier.
Huh.
Yeah, it's because when he added my sneak attack, it's a global thing, and I think it automatically checks when it's first added.
Oh, and it adds global among other players as well as.
Maybe,
Yeah,
just because you had
yeah.
global on. We can fix it after this combat.
Well, I mean, if each person just clicks it off, except for me, it's whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just ignore the top damage roll on all those.
No,
Yeah.
it should be... Yeah, it's different on yours and his sheet, so it just got reset.
Well, I
we just
just-
have to reset your...
Yeah, I already deleted it now that I saw it because I don't have it.
Okay. So just the damage then.
Yeah, so at the bottom set.
So 8 plus 12. Alright. Definitely 2 well-placed shots. But he's still advancing. Bagor?
Okay. Let me see. Oh no. No, I don't have the spell. One sec.
Oh, hang on. Wait, does he count as humanoid?
Probably.
Then I have humanoids as my favorite enemy, so that's
An extra
plus 2 to damage rolls.
2. Okay, 4.
Which I think is the first time I've ever used that this campaign.
You should have used that on the Oku.
Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
And
Because-
it didn't seem to matter then anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have quite a few things you have going, so it's like you'll forget stuff. Because you're basically like the cool version of Rogue, because Rogue sucks.
I mean,
There we
it's
go.
most difficult to remember the conditional stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna stand in front of Leaf to try and cover him because he's kind of low. And I'm gonna cast what's the name of my thing? The fire thingy?
Produce flame?
Yeah, that one. Because I don't have anything else that is range.
Wow.
Great! Yes.
shit.
Fantastic. You hurl fire at him. Do you have disadvantage with that much range?
Aren't you been off?
Oh yeah, he's after my range. I have
You'd have to like move up.
30
Yeah.
feet.
So I think you'd have to get closer. It doesn't have a long range thing.
All right, then I get closer to do that, but I still want to be like between him and
Leaf.
Leaf.
Listen, I have swords out. I have to rush this fucker anyways. Like,
All right.
Yeah, but at least in the meantime,
Anything else on your turn?
I don't think I can cast anything else, and he's too far to attack him with my blades. No.
Okay. Leaf.
At least you're not shielding me.
You can drop both of your swords and then draw your bow, if you
I
choose.
can do that. Question: if going diagonally, like, is that 2 spaces or 1?
The first one is 1 space, and the second one is 2 spaces, because I'm using 3.5 rules for that. I think the ruler symbol, yeah, the ruler symbol has it correct.
Huh, I've never noticed that before.
Okay, so I can get there.
Well, you go from your square, so you can get. You can't quite get there.
Aww. Alright.
You can
guess.
use your bonus action to dash.
Oh, I can, huh? Wait, okay, so would talking to Isane?
Yasan.
Isan? Would that count as a bonus or whatever? Just asking whose side she's on real quick?
No, that would be free, I think.
I mean, it'll probably be pretty obvious soon anyway.
Yeah, but okay, so how I'm gonna do this is alright. I'm going to go ahead and dash for my bonus action. And I'm gonna use only part of the movement to get next to her and ask her which side she's on.
If she's not on our side, would she say that?
She.
And obviously I'll roll insight to make sure to see whether she's
Yeah, right. She is a little bit conflicted. And that's plain enough because she doesn't really respond to you. And she kind of just looks at you and looks at the shark man.
Alright, then I say, in that case, just sit here and don't do anything. Running again to the shark. Or I'll stab him once because I can't attack twice because my second attack's a bonus action, right? And I also get no sneak attack bonus on this, so this is...
Don't you have sneak advantage and sneak attack on?
Yeah, it should still be assassinate, right? No, because he's not.
Yeah, well, they haven't acted yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
So only for the first turn, I think you would have it. Definitely hits. Just roll 2d6 for your sneak attack.
I'm struggling a little bit, sorry.
There you go. An extra 6
Just
damage.
ones for days today.
Yeah. But you like get this like right in his sharky human rib cage. He's definitely breathing heavily, but Yasan, since you're out of actions,
sit down.
she is going to decide to just play a song and try to say, "We don't have to fight," and she plays the song. It is loud enough that each of you can hear it. And so everybody make a wisdom save.
Alrighty. Does this count as like being charmed or anything like that?
Yes, if you have elven blood, you would have advantage.
I don't have whiz save proficiency yet.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I have 2 good rolls on that.
Mine suck.
Ovac and Athos.
No.
But not the Shark Man. You guys will be charmed, and you are 100% enjoying the song, and you don't really have time for anything other than dancing and singing along. Ovac, it is your turn. You can move a bit if you like, but you cannot take an action other than singing and dancing.
I can't sing and dance. I am. So I'll move closer to the singing.
Sure.
And I'll dance along. In a classical dwarven dance.
It's well known.
Yes.
Okay. Uriel will, though he is partial to music, does not appear to be the time. So he will use both of his mouths to sing and cast 2 spells at the same time.
Wow.
I call shenanigans.
Well, the first spell, this is weird, is going to create. Okay, well, I know what that does. Let me focus on the second spell. The second spell, his whole shark-like appearance starts to shift and become much more human-like, and he also shrinks a couple feet into kind of like a young boy, probably around the age of like 16 or 17. And he
Speaking
says,
of boys,
Speaking
of boys,
go ahead.
Okay, where's the ghost boy?
I will say he is very awkwardly dancing near the door over here.
Aww. Okay.
He's kind of like shuffling between his feet. So he says, "No, please, it was just a joke." And you hear a voice in the other room, very deep, very imposing, says, "What's going on in there?"
We're just playing.
We're just playing. Everything's fine.
And he uses movement to run away. You have the opportunity for an opportunity attack.
The opportunity for
Can my opportunity attack be to try to? No, it can't. It'd be like to grapple him to stop him from running.
No, I think that requires a feat to do something like that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, no, I'm not gonna attack him. I'm just gonna look like, oh shit. Like we almost killed a child because we and by we I mean I, Athos. And Beggar, really everyone but Ovek.
What? I'm still dancing.
What? Athos started the fight.
Do you guys want to stay in initiative roll for the next couple turns, or you want to drop it?
I would like to drop it personally.
Can we drop it? Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. I'm fine with roughly.
You see, as you kind of just take a breath, you see the boy run in the room, kind of in this direction.
All right, so I run back to the.
My dancing.
You're dancing? I run back to the Pixie just real quick and be like, "All right, do you want to get out of here? Join us on an adventure?"
About a couple seconds after that, strangely, you hear in exactly the same tone and phrase as it was before, you hear the same deep voice say, "What's going on there?" Or exactly how I did it before.
Asshole. He tricked
Oh,
us.
that was his first spell. Oh, that's smart. Like I'm just like as it dawns on me, I just start applauding. Like not like a ton, just like that like polite like good job, that was clever.
I'm imagining that you're applauding my dancing.
She does stop her music, so you are no longer
Aw.
obligated to dance.
But I still dance. You
Well, I think I stopped dancing. I was trying to do one of those harvest jigs that the other people in my town did, and I ended up tripping and falling on my face, at which point I give up on the dancing.
Which is when he sees me clapping, which is actually for the other person. Knowing me seems sarcastic to him.
And I'll give a mocking bow in return.
Anyways, do you want to get out of here? There's a bar in the next room.
You know, I think I'm fine here, actually.
Alright, if you say so. I mean, we can protect you, and like
Oh
you saw,
no,
we
it's
can-
not that. I'll be fine.
Anything we can do to make you more comfortable in here?
Leave, let's go.
I mean, do you have a fairy-sized pillow?
We can certainly go grab one. And I run to the next room and search through the pillows to find her one.
You can roll an investigation check. And since it's been a bit and there was a loud alarm and all that, I will make a quick encounter check.
And a consuming loud voice.
You don't hear or see anything happening right this second. You you find a fairy-sized couch.
What?
Just the best couch.
Amazing.
Just the best one. All right, and I'll bring it to her.
Well, this will do nicely. It doesn't fit through the cage. You'd have to open it to make it go in.
All right, and I feel like this is a bad decision, but I'm going to do that.
Oh God.
It is. We'll say it's latched some way, and that she wouldn't be able to mess with it, but someone outside could. So you can unlatch it, no problem. And it swings open, and she kind of says, "Well, just how about right there?" And she just kind of points to one of the walls. And you reach your hand in and put it down. And pull your
Close
hand back
it.
out.
Blake.
Do you want me to
lock it?
leave the door open for you, just in case?
No. No.
Oh, okay. And I shove it.
You should probably get out of here so that Uriel comes back. I like making music with him.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I mean, Mr. Itchy Finger over here.
Well, if
decided
some of
to-
you just ripped out your ears, you could have had your ear bones. Not
Nope.
really
No.
respectful of you.
There's no bones inside the ear. Sorry to inform you of that.
Well, then how do you make that statue?
Probably through magic. I don't know.
Let's just go before we get more people here.
Yeah, okay. It was a pleasure meeting you.
The ghost, after it stops dancing, kind of does head towards the south door.
Ooh. I'm going to continue.
Wait, that's the opposite of the way I wanted to go.
Okay,
You're the one who wanted to follow the ghost.
He doesn't really communicate anyway. He kind of just stares.
Alright, let's go. Follow the
The
ghost.
same way as the shark guy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll brace myself and follow.
Fine. I'll be on the back of the group.
Okay.
I think there's 3 half-empty health bars. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I just said I'd be sneaky as I followed him.
Oh, while we go ahead, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Leaf.
Yes, finally, I'm not about to die.
Oh, you know Cure Wounds.
How many castings do you have left?
1 for level 1 and 2 for level 2.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty
I
good.
don't have a lot, really.
I've
Yeah,
been
more than
saving
that.
my last casting for the day for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
have
that's
more
why
than
I've been
everyone
doing
else.
animal shape a lot.
Yeah, you've only healed like the first couple, and then after that, it was like mostly Balthiel, and then mostly.
Ovek.
Yeah.
And I think I've used to having, going around my amount of castings for the day, which is 3. So you having 3 left is still. Oh, okay.
I know that feeling.
So yeah, roll your cure wounds dice.
Yeah, it's not giving me the... Oh, there we go.
Unfortunate.
Is that minimum?
Yay!
Yeah, it is.
It's better than nothing.
Okay,
This is true.
out of first level spells.
This room, it's got some tables and chairs, but they're made from gnawed and splintered bones. And there is
Great.
some kind of pool of liquid in one of the corners.
What color liquid?
Actually, never mind. Let me undo that.
Okay.
There is the whole south side of the room is a big pool. It's a little dark water, but you can see a couple feet into it and know that the bottom is definitely further than 3 or 4 feet down.
But it's not full of blood. Okay, that was not.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
what I heard.
more water-ish.
Okay. And he's probably in there, so just in case, I'm gonna go in and say, "Hey, sorry about that. We can bandage you up or something if you'd like."
You see, as you walk through, you do see a little, what color? Pink. A magic mouth that says the words again. What are you doing in there? Or whatever.
All right, I'm gonna see if we can just shut it up.
don't know there's much you can do to it other than dispel it.
Okay. Never mind.
Tossing a sheet over it should work, right?
Or pillows, but those are a bit further back.
I think I mentioned, doesn't the caster need a line of sight for the magic mouth to work?
Maybe.
I mean, he could have just looked back to
Also,
before.
Envisage is supposed to take a minute to cast, but
Yeah.
We're playing loose with that because this
Yeah.
isn't a 5th edition book thing that he does.
so it was like almost within line of sight. Like he could have just.
Yeah.
So he left the
No,
door.
I'm saying that, like, doesn't he still need line of sight?
Oh no! It will stay there forever,
Okay.
Or until
or until he decides to end it. Which probably at some point will disappear.
Yeah.
Anything nice on these tables and shit that are there made of bone?
On one of the tables, there is actually a little statue. It's made from super, super tiny bones, and it definitely resembles the little pixie from the door from the room next over.
Oh, those are the ear bones.
That's super creepy.
What's the ghost boy doing?
He is pointing towards the door on the left.
Ah, thank God. Can we leave this room?
Hey, do you know the spell magic? Can you make that voice stop talking?
Who?
He kind of
The
just
voice.
stares blankly at you.
Why don't you put the mouth on yourself? Like, find a way to do that,
Oh my God.
asshole. All right, let's go.
I follow the ghost boy to the next room.
Yeah, I'm still following, like, stealthily behind them. I'm just.
This door does not open. It doesn't appear to be locked. The handle turns freely. And you can't see any kind of mechanism, but it seems to be magically sealed of some kind.
Well, all right. I'm gonna, since no one else is rolling, I'm gonna roll Arcana and see if we can know how it's sealed or what to do to unseal it.
Can I just break through the door?
This kind of magic is connected to its caster, and someone needs the caster's permission in order to go through it, or the spell would also end on the caster's death.
And this is a door, right?
Yes.
Are the hinges on our side or the other side?
You don't see any hinges.
So it's probably on the other side. Can I get my hammer out and just try to whack it?
You can try.
What are the walls made of here?
A little bit ornate. They're almost like home-like walls, or like walls you might expect in like the dining hall of a castle.
So they're like stone.
Yeah, but it's pretty smooth and like
Alright.
to look more ornate. The wall kind of fights back, or the door, excuse me, kind of fights back with more force than you're expecting. So you like kind of shove your shoulder into it with your hammer, and you end up like falling on your ass.
Does this hammer kind of swing back and like knock him in the head? Not enough to like actually hurt him, but kind of like give him a little bit of a headache.
Yeah, it definitely makes some noise as it clatters on the floor.
I want to ask the kid, like, do you know if there's another way besides that door? Because this is gonna take us a while. Like, we're gonna have to
He walks
brainstorm.
through the wall next to the door for a second.
Great.
And who has the highest passive perception here?
I have 18.
11.
What?
18.
18 passive. Amazing.
18 passive perception?
Yeah, I took a feat that was
yeah.
observant.
Yeah. Fantastic.
That was like blowing my
let
mind
me,
there.
Let me roll a stealth. I don't know what bonus he'd have, but it's it's no matter what bonus he has. You guys hear some splashing come from the water. As
Oh, no.
You see a half shark head surface, and then the door kind of disappears.
Thank you.
Okay.
Huh.
Thank you, little kid or shark. Or...
It is back to like a menacing shark man.
Yeah, and he was
Oh.
only like 16, but I think he was talking about the ghost kid.
No,
Like, it's either the ghost kid or the shark.
right.
Well, let's leave this room before things change.
Yeah, let's go.
I wave and say, sorry about that again, and leave.
Who would be the last person out of the room?
I think it was
That's
Jason,
me.
maybe.
I was just saying bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Lee.
The shark man, is going to try to close the door before you get on the other side of it to trap you alone.
I just made that.
Oh.
So I will have you make a dexterity saving throw, so you try to just rush over there as you see the door reforming.
Alright, so acrobatics or dexterity? Doesn't matter, it's the same modifier.
Okay. Yeah, dexterity save.
Easy.
Yes.
Alright, so you see like the door rematerializing. You force yourself to push through the matter as it reforms. And you make it safely back with the rest of your team.
I kick the door and yell, what the fuck, man?
I don't think that shark man was a nice person.
Nah. Apparently he's a good singer, though. Musician.
I'll believe it when I hear it.
I guess we can forgive him if he's a
Listen,
good
I wouldn't
singer.
trust anyone with your sense of rhythm.
My page for 192 is missing.
Just make something up.
I thought I saw it somewhere where we were like out of order before. I don't think there's a way to search for it. So this room. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no. I wasn't looking ahead enough.
Uh-oh.
So, as the door opens and you go through, you see the boy sprint all the way to the other side of the room as fast as he possibly can.
Uh-oh.
Inside this room is... It's covered in bright yellow golden things. There is a large, grotesque, nodular globs of gold, man-like thing. Sitting on a golden throne.
Because that's never megalomaniac.
I think we should follow the Ghost Boys instructions and run for it.
I'll
Maybe.
second that.
Let's go.
Yeah, give me a second to just read through who this guy is.
So they're all saying that as I'm saying bye to the shark boy and I'm about to push through the door.
Yeah.
So I'm like a good couple seconds behind them, if not a little bit more. So we'll have to bear that in mind.
Ooh, okay. Oh boy.
That's encouraging.
He has kind of pitch black eyes, exactly like the ghost boy.
Uh-huh.
He pulls off some tablets, golden tablets, completely golden, off the wall. And he looks down at them, and he looks back at you. And he says,
Run!
"Murderer, thief, liar," as he points at different ones of you.
Wait, who is who?
We'll say...
I could be all three.
I guess both these.
Yeah, you definitely can. I can't remember, like, who got the... We'll say, like, the killing blow on the Gibba would probably be, like, the murderer. Thief would probably be Leaf.
But wasn't the killing blow beyond
The killing blow. No, I got the killing blow with an arrow.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first
Cool.
one.
You're the murderer. Awesome. Not
And,
me.
I don't know who the low would be.
Ovek probably because I can't see Beggar.
I mean, he said 3. Maybe I'm not one of them. Maybe he's not accusing me of anything.
He also... He redirects his attention to the thief, and he puts a couple of the tablets aside and just holds one above his head. And he says, "You have 39 gold."
Yeah.
You've gotten it from bodies of Oku, from bodies of...
No, Oku's stuff is already dissolved because the ghost thing gunked up my gold from that. So that's
Right.
not what gold's from.
You've got it from bodies of cannibals.
Yeah.
You've looted this. You did not own this. You took it from the dead.
I mean, they don't own it either. It's their reparations for attacking us. I mean,
Told you that was a bad
they're already
idea.
dead. How are they going to make it up to us for attacking us and trying to take our
my
lives?
God.
He sets down the tablet and picks up another one. "Murderer, you have 31 gold pieces."
Oh no.
And he describes all the different ways that you've gotten that money.
Mostly from goblins.
Yeah. You see at the end of the hallway, the ghost is kind of just standing there staring at you.
Guys, let's go.
The ghost
Let's
turns
go.
around to look behind him and then looks back at you.
All right. So I'm like, not that this isn't an interesting conversation, and then just run.
Yeah, let's just run for it.
"You will be punished." As you run away, he screams.
Yeah, like when I die, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
So yeah, that room actually leads to...
Let's not go back there.
I'll put it in my calendar.
That room actually leads to a room you have seen before.
Please tell me it's a red room.
Which one would be really nice?
This is the room from closer to the entrance that has a weird malformed shell with like a face in it, I think.
Oh, the first shell that we found.
One that's
Possibly.
like crustacean on the map, I think.
Above the Escher
I
room.
think so.
Let me look.
Yeah. It's above the Escher.
Well, yeah, let me confirm that. Where'd my map go? Yes, that'd be the crustacean mark on your map. And the ghost kind of continues at like a jogging pace past that south back towards the Escher room and starts descending the staircase there.
One sec. I'm trying to. Okay. The gardens now? No.
We're right back at the entrance. Hang on.
Oh, okay. No, I see it.
I'll
Okay.
Do you
try to
follow
bring it up
down
later.
the staircase?
Yeah, I mean, we followed them this far.
Yeah. He continues down, and as you remember, when you first came into the Escher staircase, you walked downwards to get to this room. So it feels like you should have been walking up to get back to where you were, but you're still walking down. And yeah, we're almost done. I'm going to try to finish this at the end of this here. But he takes a new path that you haven't gone before. And he goes down one of the Escher stairs into a room called the Cloak Room.
The cloak?
Yes, let me turn your pages. A couple here. This room. There is a mechanical peacock in it. As you will find out soon, say this is like the curved room of the Escher room. Like this. With the Escher staircases. This room here. This is kind of like just a big hallway thing. And that's it. Inside this room, there's cupboards and drawers all over the place. There's a large tray of food, wine, bottles, glasses, and plates. They're all kind of decaying and misused. There's like a jar of some green thing. Some kind of bottle of wine that appears to be unharmed. And half of an onion. And this mechanical peacock is actually quite beautiful. but he is a bit of a snob.
Snub.
Yes.
All right.
You there, he says as you enter. Let me see your invitation to the wedding.
Oh, sorry, I forgot it back in the other room. Just give me a second.
If you do not have your invitation, I have to ask that you leave.
Yeah, we will. I have a lot of papers here. Can you remind me what it looks like?
It is quite... It's not really something you would forget. It is covered in gold, ornate, and invited to... Let me pull off some names here. Well, that page does not have it. The wedding of Marquis Aeolus and Lady Torque. From your clothing, I can tell you're not supposed to be here.
Oh, we don't want to be here.
That's rude.
The child comes up to this door and walks straight through it.
Is that a door or just a doorway?
Yes, it's a door.
Okay.
While Leaf talks to the peacock, I want to try to move that way and see if the peacock is like reacting.
Yeah, and I'll keep talking to the peacock, being like I'm gonna act like it took a lot of offense to the way he talked about the way I'm dressed,
Okay.
as if I'm dressed impeccably in my mind, even though I know I'm not.
Well, I disagree. You're completely wrong. This is not the kind of tie you wear for such a high-class wedding as this.
No, it completely is. I mean, do you see the way that this leather is cured? Like, this ages. And just look how fine this is, and look, it took special stains to make it this color, okay?
Regardless of how wrong you are, you need an invitation to be here.
Regardless of how wrong it is. Listen, that sentence didn't even make sense, and now I'm going to go off on his grammar.
Meanwhile, Begor opens this door with ease, and you see the room inside is completely red.
All right, I want to like make signals for Athas and Novek to come while Leaf finishes that.
Yeah, I'll sidle over there, probably hoping to stay below his vision, I guess.
I will just walk.
Did they make it safely?
I
still
will
running
have
to
you,
distract him.
Leaf, roll some kind of charisma check of your choice for your distraction.
Alright, my persuasion and my deception are the same, so I'm gonna go with deception. Makes
Okay.
work.
And we'll say his perception.
Probably better than that, but wasn't.
So I think that you guys are able to get into the room. Okay.
Nice.
Fine, then I storm off like, you know what, fuck you, I don't want to go to this wedding anyways, and screw your wedding and screw you too. And I just like walk towards the red door, just like pretending like that's the door
Hey,
I came
you're not supposed. You're not supposed to go. Oh, you're not supposed to go in there.
That might be this might be the wedding.
But you
Oh,
go in
yeah.
there fine. You see no other doors in there. And you feel completely safe. The
I wanna
ghost
try
kind
to
of just
lock the
stands in
door.
the middle of the room and cocks his head and kind of seems to relax a bit and then kind of just falls through the floor. And this is probably the best chance you're going to get a long rest.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
we have a wand of rope trick that allows that lasts for 8 hours that we can use once per day. So really, we can do that anywhere.
Yes, but,
I mean, here we don't have to.
right.
Yeah.
Because, like, I might still, even with a rope trick, I think some people might be able to see, like, the invisible room that it creates. So there might be, like, some
Or
chance,
just stumble
low
onto
chance
it.
of somebody, like, trying to figure
Yeah.
out what's going on. Or waiting an ambush
I
for
mean-
you.
Yeah, I mean, I would still be like trying to keep watch or peek out occasionally and see what's going on because I only need 4 hours of meditation, not even sleeping.
Okay, well, you guys get your hit points back to full. You get all your spells back and all your abilities back.
Before we do the long rest, I wanted to do the thing with the magical scrolls to see if I can
Learning
I
them.
can tell everybody what they are.
Let's see, what have we got?
We have a magical scroll from room number 10 that we did not list, and then we have a scroll of steel face that we don't know it's that, and then I think those are the only two we have so far.
And then I have the scroll of understanding a language or whatever.
Okay, so the scroll from
You
number
didn't tell us
10.
you had that though. You never mentioned that.
Right, I didn't.
The scroll from room 10 is a scroll of petrification.
I will add that because I think we've said that like 6 times and none of us have ever changed it. So
The scroll of steel face is, of course, a steel face spell, which sounds brutal but effective.
Kind of cruel. Didn't we have a scroll of revivify? I don't see it.
That should have come with your bag of holding.
no, he was carrying it on him because he's like,
Okay,
"Oh,
yeah.
I need it for whatever." And
So
then he-
yeah, that like fell out of Baltiel's pockets or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
We still have it. Okay.
All right. Any other questions before you wrap up for the night?
No, I can pick the spells for next day, right?
Yes, if you prepare spells, you can choose new spells if you found some of them didn't work out.
Okay.
And is there anything else of importance in this room, or is this just like actually like a resting room?
I'm pretty sure that's really all that happens, other than this could be a place where you meet the boy if you had not already.
And the boy is in this room with us?
Just so he's not like staring at you all the time, I said he like fell through the floor.
Okay.
I imagine like some point through the 8 hours, like you try to interact with him some more, and like he can kind of interact physically. It just feels like featherlight ghost touching on the fingertips.
He did manage to pick up one of those remora.
Right, but they are partially ethereal.
Yeah.
Like he is. So just interacting with something strictly on the material plane, he can barely touch it, but not really affect it.
So he won't play catch with me with our jade pupil.
No.
That's it. I am going to be heading out.
All right. Well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get to play again next weekend.
Yes. I will see if I can find another fifth person.
All right. I'm gonna be choosing the spells, and then I'll get out. See you next week, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'm headed to bed. Night.
Yeah, same. And the map, I just put the part of the map that we went through today. I'm not gonna put the whole thing back up.
Before I close it, was there anything I really should have put in the quest and notes for us today? Like, that one home thing from the head seemed important, but I wasn't sure if it was important enough to go in there.
You just knowing that the lizard people kind of have a collection of things and people in the northwest corner.
Okay, I'll put that with the other note of the lizard people who have like impervious cloth or whatever, like that doesn't rot away.
Okay.
Same lizard people, right?
Maybe.
See ya.
Yeah, can I